This is not something I typically see the right do. There is some kind of brain wiring that I think exists between people, that some are individualist and some are collectivist. Why is it that The Verge writes this story? PewDiePie gives shoutouts to hateful anti-Semitic YouTube channel, as if PewDiePie is actually endorsing these ideas. I think the reason is that people on the left don't understand a world without collectivism. Therefore, if they see PewDiePie associate with someone, he must be the same as them. It's quite insane. Think about how that works in the real world. I mean, it doesn't work, but think about what happens. There's a famous incident. Jordan Peterson was at an event. Someone asked to get a photo with him. He smiled, and the guy pulled out a Kek flag. Now there's a photo of Jordan Peterson behind a Kek flag. And people said, see, this proves that Jordan Peterson's a bad dude. He's got some kind of ideas. When in reality, Jordan Peterson didn't even know what was going on. And this is what happens. I'll tell you what happened. PewDiePie promoted a channel that's E:R. Apparently, PewDiePie watched a video he liked about anime. And he said, hey, that was a cool video. Check this guy out. And it turns out the guy's an edgy boy. E:R is an edgy boy who likes to be ironically anti-Semitic. I'm not a fan of that comedy type. I understand it. Sometimes certain jokes can be funny, for sure. But it's meant to be ironic. It's meant to be overly offensive, kind of like the Kek flag itself. You know what I do? I just don't watch it. But now they're freaking out because, oh no, PewDiePie mentioned this person and he gained 15,000 subscribers. Yes, so what? That's nothing. PewDiePie has what, like 75 million subscribers? 15,000 people who saw out of the millions who watched his video decided to subscribe to a channel because they made a video about anime? And now you're gonna dig into the past of this guy and start criticizing all of his work. Now look, I'm gonna say this. I don't watch E:R. I have seen his video on Steven Universe. This is one of the things they mentioned in the article. He made a video about Steven Universe being kind of freaky. And I thought it was funny because Steven Universe is kind of freaky. Near the end of the video, he shows a clip of a Hitler speech. And it was kind of obvious what he was trying to do. Or I should say, what I took away from it was that he was talking about how how weird the Steven Universe show is, and how they try to coerce each other into fusing, and how he views that as kind of like a sexual assault. And then, when Steven Universe was exposed to this kind of ideology, it zoomed into his head and played this Hitler speech, and my understanding was that he was trying to make a joke about they were indoctrinating Steven Universe, like this little kid. And I thought, okay, I thought the joke didn't work. I didn't think it was funny. I thought the video had some good points in it, and that's it. That's it. It's like people don't understand there's jokes anymore. Well, what they're really concerned about is that in the comments, people were saying mean anti-Semitic things. Have you ever been on the internet? Yes. People who have fringe, crazy beliefs and opinions like to be loud and want to be heard. Why? Because they don't talk about it anywhere else. There is a fringe minority of freaky, weirdo anti-Semites in this country and in this world. It's really, really small. I'll add this too, just for posterity. A decent amount of them are on the left, and that's a whole other article. I'm not talking about this story, but I'm gonna honorable mention the anti-Semitic women's march and how they're being called out by basically everybody at this point because millions of women supported an organization whose organizers and most vocal members were anti-Semites. So yeah, I am not going to go to these women and say, how dare you do this? I'm gonna say, no, I understand. They didn't know anything about these women. They just thought the core ideas being espoused by the Women's March were a good thing, and that was that. And now there's a problem, and that these women are actually kind of bad people. PewDiePie is not even overtly anti-Semitic. He's made some really dumb statements. He's offended people. I really do not believe that PewDiePie is anything other than an internet edgy boy who was in the right place at the right time and made funny content and got popular. But the left is so hell-bent on smearing PewDiePie. Make no mistake. This is not about smearing E:R. This is about smearing PewDiePie. Why? He's a big target. They want to look, that name. Now they're going to get me to make a video about it. Now on Google, there's going to be 50 different videos about PewDiePie and what happened to the media writing about him. They're going to go to this article. The article's going to get clicks. It's a game, and it smears people who did nothing. I've been to events, and I have people come up to me, and they say, can I get a photo with you? I typically just say yes. But always, I understand what happened to Jordan Peterson. Take a look at what happened to me in Portland. After the Portland protest, some alt-right guy said, do you want to come to this bar where we're all eating? And I said, that would be a really great place to go and talk to these people and ask them why they were protesting. And I did. In the photo, I'm just drinking water. I'm not having a beer, as some people suggest, and I bought food and paid for it on my own and actually had a discussion with them about what they were doing and why, as journalists do. But what does the left do? They don't seem to understand the difference between trying to do journalism. They don't understand the difference between someone passing someone else and literally being a part of your religion. They seem to think that the assumption would have to be here that Pewdiepie went through every single video and comment this guy has ever made to realize that he was secretly promoting an anti-Semitic agenda, when in reality, what happened? Pewdiepie probably got suggested a video on YouTube of anime, watched it, and then said, that was a funny video. And then said, hey guys, I saw a funny video. Do you see the funny video? But now what are they saying? They're saying once again that Pewdiepie is shouting out hateful anti-Semitic YouTube channel. Sure. There's no forgiveness in this world, at least among the left. This is what's really, really shocking. Now, there are many people on the right who are also without forgiveness, but this seems to be a phenomenon of the collective left, and I think the reason for it is collectivism. I am not a big fan of collectivism. But it's funny because I am on the left, and it puts me in a weird position, and I think this is why there's the authoritarian left versus the libertarian left and right. I do believe in some form of collectivism in terms of like government regulation. There has to be mutual agreements, have to be social contracts. But I do not believe in forcing things on people or manipulating them, and I can understand the difference, and I can understand nuance. What's really fascinating about how the left views the world is that the power dynamic is the real issue here. Why are they mad that PewDiePie shouted out this channel? Well, because he grew by 15,000 subscribers. And? What? PewDiePie's got millions of followers, but it's the fact that he grew at all. And they're upset because they can't tell the difference, but they don't understand the nuance. They see it as one entire collective. That this anti-Semite must be in the same collective as PewDiePie, probably not realizing that as a Swede, I would be willing to bet PewDiePie's politics are actually pretty center-left. Like, actually, maybe even, like, middle of the road on the left spectrum. He's probably more to the left than I am. But I'll tell you what, I'd also be willing to bet that PewDiePie isn't an authoritarian. Here's what's happening. They're coming for the edgy boys, okay? So apparently this guy, Hassan Piker, he's a young Turk guy, was like, can you believe that this guy made a joke about Hitler? Yeah, Mel Brooks did a whole video where he dressed up like him. Sarah Silverman dressed up like Hitler. People make jokes about history. But these people are so terrified of their own shadows that they're going to be like, oh my God, someone's talking about bad people again. Yeah, okay, great. Good job, Hassan. You found out that PewDiePie shouted out a death wish, a Death Note video. And because that video was from a guy who made another video, and he happened to make some Nazi jokes, therefore PewDiePie is a Nazi. Congratulations, this is the psychosis. They're trying so desperately to be relevant, to tell people there's a boogeyman who's out to get them. You know, I understand when nonprofits do it, they're trying to make money. And I guess you could say the same thing about the, people like, Hassan Piker going, can you believe that PewDiePie did this? Yes, I can believe that PewDiePie saw a random anime video and said it was a funny video. That's the story. Congratulations. You've basically told us something that literally everyone has done at some point. But what comes into play is the power dynamics here. That PewDiePie is so powerful. He must watch everything he does and understand the context, because Hassan says, not that PewDiePie was overtly trying to promote this, but just it was so irresponsible. Because how many young people watch PewDiePie? Sure, I'd be willing to agree to a certain extent. PewDiePie has a responsibility as someone who's very famous, but to this degree is absolutely ridiculous. I don't know if it's in the story, but they talk about how E:R is like, he makes all of these ridiculous jokes, they say at the end. His channel is only growing because Kjellberg pointed his massive audience of more than 75 million subscribers toward him. Kjellberg, meanwhile, is the third most popular channel on YouTube as of today and remains the most popular independent creator. Yes, I like how they say the third most popular, like the two above him are like YouTube subscription things. No, E::'s channel isn't only growing because Kjellberg pointed to him. It's growing because channels grow when people find your content and subscribe to it. PewDiePie found a channel in likely the same way many other people do. But I'll tell you what's happening. E::R had his video taken down. I don't know if it was reinstated. He's getting flags. He's getting activists coming after him. It wasn't necessarily a great thing that PewDiePie shouted him out. He didn't gain that many subscribers. And those subscribers are not going to be core fans. They're going to be passively interested people who might subscribe. Shouting people out is not a good thing for a YouTube channel. But that's not all. Because there's something else that happened, and that's Monkey Jones. His videos are gone. I don't know if they're still gone. And it looks like one video just came. Oh no, he uploaded the emergency monkey broadcast. He said, my channel is under attack and all my videos are gone. How that happens, I don't know. If you're not familiar with Monkey Jones, he is also an edgy boy who makes ironic and offensive jokes. It's a form of comedy. That's what he does. He has 305,000 subscribers. He's a much bigger channel than I am. And his videos are gone as of now. I don't know if this is the end of edgy boys, but I will say that you can always rest assured that religious zealots from the puritanical left do not want you to have your comedy and will target someone simply because he saw an anime video, and that's it. Welcome to the future. I will add one more thing. I don't know why Monkey's videos are down. I actually don't really blame Google for this. Google is under attack by activists in the same way that the rest of us are. And as much as Google does have bias problems, for sure, I've talked to them in private about these issues. How can we ensure, diversity of thought? What if someone wants to be offensive? What if someone's even racist? And they said straight up, this is actually fascinating. You can look at someone like Jared Taylor, who puts out videos that are seen as not targeting somebody, but as being racist. He's a white nationalist. And then Google's like, yeah, those videos are up. They might get put in a limited state. But YouTube allows even hateful content, even I say hateful as in like hate speech, specifically, as long as you aren't targeting people. And that's better than most other channels. Now, going for the edgy boys, if they come down, if the edgy boys get deleted, it's going to be because the media and the activists are forming a mob and going after them. We'll see what happens. I don't know, maybe by the time you watch this, Monkey will have his videos back. But stick around. I've got more videos on this channel. Check them out. Click my name. Yada, yada, yada.